Can you tell us, in your own words, about the play Fat Ham?
Fat Ham is a reimagining of Shakespeare's Hamlet. Yeah, it's taking like the situation of that, obviously, with the dad being killed by the brother and all these different things happening, but then setting it in like the southern states in the US with a young kid who's working out his sexuality and wrestling with, masculinity and what it means to be a man in that community and dreams and hopes and first loves and it's just putting those situations in another situation which we also recognize really and kind of going through the two together in tandem. So yeah, it's a 90-minute, it's really fun. It moves so fast. There's music, there's dance, there's drama, there's comedy. It just moves really quickly, and it's like a really thrilling. It's exciting. Like people come, you see like the audience, like we, especially like living in Stratford, like you'll just be walking around the street and people will just stop you and be like, "Oh my goodness!" Like, let me tell you, we had a good time. So yeah, it's a really fun show.
You said about the young kid. You are the young kid, aren't you?
I
Is it?
am. I'm Juicy. Yeah.
Yes.
GC is like he just wants to do his degree. He wants to study human resources and just kind of like, probably move to ATL, move to New York, find himself. He's queer, trying to, find a space he can be celebrated. But before he goes, like many queer people, we have to like deal with family first and like work things out. And it's not, you can't just leave people. You can't just leave your mum who's acting crazy in a messed up situation. So and yeah, there's some really nice relationships in the show. Like I'm very fortunate to have scenes with almost individual scenes of every character, and they're just so different and so rich and complex. It's been like a real like actor's dream to play this role, I think. With the stakes, like what Hamlet gives us is the stakes. Like it's just a big deal. I think without the Hamlet thing, it'll be like, okay, this will be like a normal teen drama, whatever it is, comedy drama. But no, with the Hamlet thing, it's like, oh my God, this is just like, it's heavy. And you're in it from the beginning. Yeah, I've had a great time doing it.
Yeah, I can imagine. And you know what, with the Hamlet thing, because I did do Hamlet at school.
You
Cannot,
did.
but I remember it being a heavy play. I think there's like witches or something at the beginning. Or am I making that bit up? I'm not
No,
sure.
that's Macbeth.
But you see, look,
No, but because I did Macbeth at school, so that's why I know that. Macbeth is the one with three witches, blah, 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 and then it's the... yeah, I know Macbeth really well. And I've seen Hamlet, I've seen Hamlet 3 times, and I could not tell you the story. And I've
it's
seen it 3 times. And each time was great. Like I've seen some actor, like I saw Papa play Hamlet, that was phenomenal. I remember I've seen, I think Andrew Scott playing Hamlet, phenomenal. I can't tell you what happened. It's a long play.
it is.
It's a long play. But yeah, it's been really fun actually because I feel like even like last night there was someone in the audience and I feel like he knew Hamlet inside out. So every time I say like a Hamlet speech or Hamlet line, he was like, like he was in it. He was like, hey, and he was so close to the front. I'd be like, I have heard, and he's like, ooh, it was so funny. I loved it. Yeah, it's nice.
What attracted you to play Juicy?
Do you know what my brother said to me? Because I've been accused of playing characters that are like me. Accused. And I'm always like, no, they're like a part of me, but like this is different. But my brother came to watch this show and he's probably seen every job I've done since I've been like, what, 9? And he was like, Alyssa, this is the closest character I've seen to like your actual experience. He was like, you're doing monologues. He's like, you've said things like this to me. And it was a bit of a crazy process in the rehearsal. My director kind of identified that. He was like, yeah, just be yourself authentically. And I think that's just been a real challenge. Because it's not like the performed version of yourself or not just the all the source. It's like, no, with all your complexity and all your thinking. Like when we're in the rehearsal and I'll be asking him a question, I'm like overthinking it and like my brain is like, it could be this, it could be that. He's like, listen, that's the character. So it's been a real like challenge to like step into that and just go on stage every day and be like, you know what, as if for the first time, let me just do all this thinking, all this processing. And I found that really stimulating. Like I've done so many amazing jobs. I'm so grateful to have worked with people I've worked with, and it's wonderful. But I think I got to a point where I was just like, I've not got enough story to be stimulated.
Yeah.
And I think that this has been like such a gift to me to like be given untrusted with so much story. Like to go on stage and be like, I'm with the most incredible cast, but it's not to me like they are phenomenal. But like I've got to map this journey for an audience and trusting myself to be able to do that really. and being rewarded for that. I think it's going really well, and I'm gaining confidence every day. And I always want jobs to like challenge me and stretch me and to help me feel like I'm growing and I'm going to the next level. And I think this definitely has been one of those experiences where one of my best friends, an actor, Emmanuel Mani, came to watch me and was like, Alyssa, you can't go back now. He said, don't go back. He said, this is what you need to be doing and more. So either do more or stay in your house. Don't be doing anything less than that. And I was like, I know. Now I've done something like this. I'm like, yeah, I have to keep pushing and, keep finding new challenges. So I think that's what, like, on a personal, as a performer level, attracted me to the character. But then also, like, let's just talk, the writing is phenomenal. Like, James is a really good writer. And I think the more I do it, I'm like, oh my God, like, this is smart. And it's smart and accessible at the same time. And when something's smart and accessible, you can sometimes forget how smart it is because it just reads like, just a good play. And then you're like, oh no, but you're hitting these references and you're hitting the comedy and there's this. And, our director done it 5 times and he was saying that he was still finding new things in the text on this, 6th iteration of the show. He was still discovering new things. Or I'd say something that I'd never thought of it like that. And that's just because of, how good the writing is. And I think, yeah, that's definitely what attracted me to the role. Like, why I'm just having a great time. I think that's kind of why we're all having a great time because the writing is just really good. That's the difference between, I think, a job that's kind of just like, it's okay, and a job that's like spectacular. Hot Wing was the same thing. Big Boys is the same thing. It's like when the writing is good, everyone's just locked in. It's beautiful.
It does take a certain type of writer to be able to take a play as complicated. And as we said, we have no idea what's going on. Look, I didn't even know, I can tell you the difference between the two. And to make it modern, to completely change it to
Yeah,
story, it takes skill. It takes a lot of skill.
it does, definitely. And in a way that, like, because I think also doing it in Stratford, like, these people here have seen Hamlet many times. I think this is the third Hamlet production they've had this year. So you're seeing audiences who know Hamlet inside and out. And I think to perform a show like this in front of them and for them to really enjoy it and, like, be able to take something from it, another version, thing of Hamlet, like, I think it just hats off to James. Like, that's, yeah, you've come to, this is the audience. These are the judges. And, like, you won. Like, they were like, yes, good job, good job. It's
Yes.
nice.
What's one quality in Juicy that you admire and also one that frustrates you? Because I know you said that there is so much parts of Juicy that is.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I admire Juicy's defiance. I think I remember our director telling me like, find the irony, find the irony. I was like, what do you mean? Like in the delivery of the text and stuff. And I was like, essentially, Juicy is in a situation where he's constantly being like physically over, like the masculine men around him like will just use their physical force to dominate him. He's constantly put down. His ideas are like not looked upon, so he can't. And also, he has to play like the respect game because he's dealing with his elders. So he can't just tell people about themselves. He has to find clever ways of doing it, of alluding to things, saying things that like there's a plausible deniability that he wasn't trying to be that bitch, in that kind of way. And I think, and I always say in the script, he's got a smart mouth. And I think that's what I've quite enjoyed, like listening to reading that and bringing that to life, really, and finding like the tongue in cheek of it all, really. In terms of what's frustrating about Juicy, I love Juicy. Juicy and me right now, like we're sitting like, at least this version of Juicy is sitting so closely to me that everything in the play, even the terrible things he does, are fully justified in my eyes. Like he does. There's a point in play where Juicy does something terrible, like objectively bad, and I'm like, well, that's fine. I'm like, it makes complete sense. Of course he would. So I've been finding it hard to judge Juicy, but yeah, there's a point in the show where he throws someone under the bus, and I'm just like, objectively, it's not really great. You could do better.
There's so many things that really you like about Juicy.
He's heavy, he's light, he's just all of it. And I think that's what it's so funny. It's just mirrored like my journey as an actor, as a performer. It's like I am like that. I am light, I am heavy, I am, life and soul of the party. I'm also not. And I think that sometimes just naturally in shows, especially in comedy, when you've got like a specific space and story that you hold, you just have to do one of those things. So be muted or be sassy or be this and that. So I think to just have the space to have a character that I feel like is allowed to express the complexity that I feel as a human being, you know, it's just joyous. It's great.
And if you had to give Juicy one piece of advice that would just change the course of his journey in the play.
Let people go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I feel like you know, he's really making his business to like help his mum do certain things. And they always say, you know, who is it, Tommy Long? You know, those who don't listen need to feel
Mhm.
after a while. Like sometimes you can't, like there's only so much growth you can do for yourself while staying in the situation. And it's really hard to detach sometimes. And I'm team grow with people, but also at the same time, like there is also a detachment that you need to do to actually step out of an environment, level yourself up so people can actually look to you and follow your example. Like you can be sitting in a situation that's really bad and have all the ideas of how to get out. But if you're just sitting there with people, no one will listen to you. Sometimes you have to just step out and, you know, make a success of yourself, whatever that means for you. So people can look at you and go, do you know what? Actually, I can follow your advice. Let me follow what you're saying. Otherwise, it's just ideas, and people can't really hold on to ideas in that way. They want to see something or feel something concrete that they can, you know, follow. So that would be my advice to Juicy. Keep it stepping. Move on. Get your degree.
Is there a specific moment in the play that you're most proud to share with the audiences? And if so, if you can tell me what it is, please do.
Oh, yeah, I get to sing in this show. And I have a really complicated relationship with singing because I had like a vocal injury like 10 years ago.
Okay.
And like singing was my first passion. Like before acting, like I would have been a pop star before an actor any day. And I always thought growing up, I was like, I'm just acting thing, and then like one day I'll do like X Factor or something like that, and I'll just like just you know flip the switch on everyone and like just do that. And I had this vocal injury like in 2014, 2013, which just changed my voice and like it became something I couldn't rely on in the same way. And I can still sing, like I have a good voice, I'm a vocalist, but not I wanted to be a vocalist. And I'm that kind of person that if I can't do it like that, then I ain't doing it at all, you know, publicly. I'll do it for friends. I used to sing in church and stuff, but like that was it. And then from that, like a real anxiety with singing would come up and stuff. That even though I could sing, if I was in like an audition environment or something like that, I would panic. So I had to sing for my audition for this, and I didn't know what was going to happen. And my voice literally seized up. I tried to sing "Weak" by SWV. I couldn't breathe. It was a mess. I had to start again. I started too high. I was like, "Cause my heart, nope, cause my heart." It was really bad. Um, but in this show, like in the rehearsal process, like I sing a whole song, and it's just been really nice to like get comfortable doing that again. And genuinely, it's my favorite part of the show. Like I don't have to think about it; it just happens. I enjoy singing it. People enjoy me singing it. It's just really nice. It's been like a nice experience to like reclaim my voice a little bit. And I think going forward, I'll be a lot more confident with that, and hopefully less anxious every time I step in front of the microphone in like a performance setting. You know. Yes, but it's very. I'm very much like this. I'm very personal in that way. Like I serve the characters, and the characters better serve me too. Like Juicy has done a lot for me, and how I'm feeling and stuff, and it's vice versa. So it's nice to have had that experience with that. I love the song.
Is it a new song or is it like a song that we've all kind of...
It's a song we know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm not going to spoil it in case you come see the show, but it's a song that we know. It's just a really cute moment in the show.
Audiences sing along or they're not?
No, no, no. I don't. No. They better keep quiet. No. It's not that kind of show. I'm doing the singing. It's a song that we know. It's a song that I never thought I would sing. In the sense that like I love it now, but I didn't grow up listening to that song. I'm an R&B kid. It's not R&B at all.
Oh,
And I was, ooh. When I first started, I thought, oh, this song really? But like now I sing it, especially in the context of the play. Like it's perfect for the play. Like it makes complete sense for the character.
talking about songs, because you know when I was like, doing my
Yeah.
research, you see two songs kept coming up in my head as I was thinking of my
I
question.
keep it juicy, juicy. I eat that lunch.
Mm,
Yeah.
in my head all the time. And also,
Every day.
Juicy, those two songs.
There's another song in my head. What's Juicy Fruit? Juicy. What's that song? Do you know one?
Do it again?
Juicy Fruit. Juicy. That's all I can remember that song. How
No.
does the Biggie one go? You
No.
have to give me that beat because I know it. I'm like, what is? I know it's been sampled a bunch of times as well. Yes.
Album is dedicated to all the teachers.
The one that Tamar Braxton did the remix of, which
Yes.
I love.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't need no one else. Without you, I'm living free. That's a great song.
What would Juicy's theme song be at a cookout?
No, I have to be true to the character. So Juicy is like very much like emo, grunge, punk, rock kid. Yeah. And that wasn't a choice I made. That was a choice that was made for me, which I love in the sense that that's what my outfit is. So, and I remember in rehearsal singing the song and my director was like, listen, it's too R&B. Because I was like, what do you mean? I was like, I thought I could just do it. No, he was like, no. we need to be respectful to like what this character loves. So I don't know what that would be. But I would say for me,
Yes.
that when I was, in fact, no, I know. When I've been getting ready for this show and stuff, because of like that rocky angst, I've been reminded of like growing up in the UK. There was a whole lot of music at the time I hated, but now I love it. Like only because I was like fighting for R&B pop, and then there was remember like that whole like guitar era. And I
Mm.
felt like these people who weren't like the best singers were like praised for being incredible. And they used to like cuss out all these girl groups and stuff. They wouldn't let them perform at the festivals, or they were like really elitist about it. And I was just like, but they're singing, and you lot are talking, singing. And just because you're playing a guitar, it's like, oh, you're a real musician. So I used to be part of that fight. But now that all of that's done, I'm telling you something, all of these indie groups from the UK, I love that stuff. Oh my goodness. You know, like the Kooks, that's my jam. I love me some Bombay Bicycle Club. I love me some I listen to Jimbo. I say you don't know. You say take me out. Boom, 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 boom. I love all the Killers, all these like UK sounds. Yeah, I love that one. So if I go to karaoke, I'm gonna be the first doing like a Wonderwall R&B version. Obviously the R&B version.
Of course, it has to be.
Obviously, I do my little, so maybe a little something, to just jazz it up a little bit. But I love that stuff. So I think if I was to choose some songs for Juicy, for this British Juicy, it would be like that kind of like 2000s Brit rock pop thingy.
I had no idea that Juicy was in any way emo.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is the thing. I had to spend a lot of time with the director. I said, what kind of gay is he? He said, what do you mean? And I was like, no, like I need like a shorthand of this. I was like, listen, just be plain. It's like he's complicated. I said, yeah, but like, what's the archetype here? Because I was like, there's some moments and stuff. There's a little comedy in there, and I was like, I don't. Like, I was like, what does he watch on TV? Because if you watch like Real Housewives, then when you're shading someone, that's your language of shade. But if you're watching something else, your shade looks different. So I was really trying to work out like, what does he watch? Like, what pop culture, is he taken in, so I can kind of let that inform how those things are going to come out of me, rather than doing like just a generic kind of like, okay, or just going to what I would go to. So yeah, I had to ask some questions about that stuff, and it was actually having a meeting with the costume designer, because we worked with the American team had done all the designs, and we had a UK team who like integrating them onto us, but they were still working on the show. So I got the opportunity to ask like the original like Broadway costume, and I was like, what's the inspiration behind this look? Like, I've got these outfits, but I need to know what the mood board was, like what's it based on, so I can like live in it authentically. And I had some like really useful insights for me that like really helped me with the character, just understanding that stuff.
My last main question for you:
Yeah.
describe Fat Ham in 3 words. What would it be?
Passionate. I would say it's raw. Yeah. And I say black as fuck as my third one. It's black as fuck. In a really fun way. Not that, I mean, is there a non-fun way of being black as fuck? Yes,
There is just not, is there really? It's always
not really, is there? It's always fun.
always a vibe. Nice. I like
It's smart. It's also smart. Like it's a smart play. Yes, it's witty.
I know.
Yeah.
Very quick 5 questions. It's just the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay, I'll try. Oh, it's hard for me. Okay, I'll try.
The first one is your favorite theatre venue.
I'll just say the Dolphin at the National, because I had a really good time there last year, and I feel like I really fell in love with the audiences, and like that's where I really learned how to like communicate with an audience directly. I've got such good memories in that theatre.
Yes.
The Dolphin, right?
I remember seeing you on.
Wait, you were there?
I was there, and I loved
That was lit.
favorite theatre show.
I don't have one. That's really hard. No, I honestly don't have one. I don't have one. I couldn't even tell you. I would say play that changed my life, Home at the National Theatre.
Okay.
Because I watched that show, and it was the first time I'd seen theatre quite like it. Edith, who I'd known just before, was in that. Michaela was in that. But that show literally changed the trajectory of my life. I met Michaela, well, I'd seen her before actually, but Khadif and Michaela in that show, and it was after that show that we talked about chewing gum. So there's so much of my life that had I not seen that show, my career would be a very different career. And then I teach kids and stuff, and I've like done that play with them so many times. I think it's just so brilliant, and it's so real. And yeah, Shaka was in that. I spoke to, I think Gershon was at another time, and Tony Thomas. It was a great cast, and phenomenal writing and great direction. It was at the Shed Theatre at the National. And when we rehearsed Hot Wing King, that was the same room that they'd rehearsed Home in almost 10 years before. So yeah, I'd say Home is a very special play for me.
Dream guest. Someone you would like to see the play, and they can be dead or alive.
Dream guest. I'm just gonna say Beyonce.
100%.
Beyonce. Because I think she just means a lot to me. And I have this complex in my head that it's like, I think at this point in my life, I thought she'd know who I was. Just because I wanted to be her friend so badly. And I can't meet her as like a fan in the crowd of 20,000 people screaming. It's not, I can't do it. Like, she will be distant from me and she won't speak to me properly, and she will just have to do that PR thing that she does to protect herself. And I want to meet her in a way that she feels that she can be herself with me and we can talk, and just as human beings, you know? You know, I've intentionally distanced myself from the shows to create this experience for myself one day where, you know, after a solid friendship, I can then tell her what she means to me and how she has inspired my entire life after we actually have a real friendship. So I would say Beyonce, because I feel like that would be a really nice way for her to meet me and, you know, and not think I'm crazy, because I'm not. I just want to be her friend, which is crazy to want to be a friend with someone you've never met before. That is crazy, but I'm not, I promise.
Beyonce, though, and you know, you've spoken into existence. Listen.
I've just said it now. I just be watching her concerts on YouTube because I can't bear to be in the room and just be like, she didn't know me. And she may never know me. To go to the concert now would be to accept the fact that I may die and she would never know me. And that is something that like baby Olisa can't accept. No.
No. The proudest career moment to date.
Proudest career moment. Do you know what? I'm going to say Fat Ham. Only because, now I'm not much of a crier, but I think the day after press night I was here, I was with my partner, and then I just, you know, I was just there and like, you know, I spoke to everyone about it and it was really good and I felt good about, I was proud of myself. It's been a hard wrestle process, but we made it through. I was proud of my cast, proud of myself. And then I think I read one review that just really understood the show. And that also just really understood everything I was trying to do and really spoke about me in a way that I understood as authentically myself. I just cried. I really, really cried. And I think starting this career so young and having success so young, like My Parents' Aliens was like such an iconic kid show. And I didn't even know at the time, it was afterwards, like how big of a deal it was for other people, that I really had like, I thought like by 14, 15, I was a failure because I wasn't on Disney Channel. Like I really thought by 14, 15, I'll be like JoJo and I'll be in Raven. And like every year that went on, I was like, I'm not going to make it. I can't, you know. And that was never a fame thing. It was just like, it looked fun to me. And I was like, that's what I want to spend my life doing. And if I don't do it now, if I'm not, you know, I'm going to be old. And then I didn't understand at the time that there was a version of Korea. You know, I thought I had to make it by 16 or something. So I think there's been this thing for me that like, even though I've done amazing things, I still hadn't done it. Whatever the thing was, I hadn't done it. And therefore, like, I was locked into acting until I'd done it. And then I did this thing and I was like, I've given my all. I've led a show. They love it. I love it. You know, my dad is proud. My mom is proud. What more do I need? And it was this massive moment of release of like, I did it. I've done it. I can do something else if I want to. I can keep on doing this because I enjoy it, but I'm no longer bound to this thing. And I no longer have this thing of like, I didn't quite succeed. I failed. I'm under. I'm like, no, I've done this. So I think this has been a real like moment for me to be like, yeah, for myself, I can let go and just enjoy it now, which is how it started for me. It started as enjoyment. And then I think, after my first job, I didn't do anything like on that scale for a long time. And there was a lot of talk of like, well, what are you doing next? What are you doing next? Oh, we thought you were going to Hollywood. Oh, we thought you were doing this. And I kind of took that on for myself. And now it's done. I was in the Metro. I have been reading the Metro since I was a small child. Like that has been the only paper from top to finish. I love the Metro. I've been reading that paper for years. And I was like, I had a whole spread in the Metro talking about my life and my career. What more do I need? I'm good. Mm-hmm. So I think, yeah, I'm proud. I'm proud of this experience. It's done a lot for me. And now I can focus on writing. I can keep acting from a place of like joy and love and passion for the arts rather than like I need to do it. And also I'm gonna do some music now. I
Yes,
can do anything else, you know?
definitely.
I'm released.
You're free. You're free.
I'm free. Like he says, freed me. I came to Stratford upon Avon to free myself.